Anyway, let's go live. Hit the button. Hit the button. Let's go. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Okay. Are we ready to get into some things? Are we ready to get into some things? What is popping, everybody? Get in here, get in here. Everybody get in here. It is time to get into some things, okay? Yeah, child. So we got to talk. We kind of have a lot to get into. So, child, we just going to jump right into it, okay? So, Queen Radio, we getting into that. We getting into the Queen Mix. I'm giving my thoughts on that. We're going to give our thoughts on the Lil' Kim Plan B remix. Just a lot of things, okay? And there's a lot of things in between. You know, JT not turning in her verse for Megan Thee Stallion, but then ended up on the Queen Mix. It's just a lot, okay? It's a lot to unpack. Sweetie is not on the FNF remix, but JT and LATTO is on the remix. What's the tea with that? Is Nicki Minaj throwing shade at LATTO? Are we reaching? What's going on with that? 50 Cent claps back at or starts mess with Lil' Kim. It's just a lot. So let's just jump right into the topics, okay? Because we got to get into some things, okay? And we talked, and I'm gonna try to break this stuff down from the best way that I can. But let's just first start with the Lil' Kim piece, okay? So Lil' Kim came out with Plan B, the remix, right? Okay, so the song itself, okay, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't trash. I definitely didn't like that singing at the end. This was okay. This was okay. I don't know really what's going on with Kim. Every time she tries to do something, it kind of just it really doesn't fully hit the complete mark. And then two, I don't know if this was an official remix because this record was not being promoted by Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, I don't even know if she liked the picture of her and Kim on her page, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I'm hearing that the labels did not want this record to be out. So maybe Megan Thee Stallion was trying to play it cool by not promoting it so much because she didn't want to bring attention to it. I don't know what's going on with that. But the Lil' Kim posted this picture. So she alluded to them having a record together. That's what we all thought. Like this was a new record or this was a fresh record. I definitely didn't think that this was a remix to Plan B, which also made me feel like, is this old? I don't know. It just kind of like the timing was a little bit off because we're kind of over the Plan B era. It just was a lot. And then it didn't really sound mixed and mastered that well. It was okay. But ultimately, the record has been pulled off of Lil' Kim's Instagram for copyright infringement. So all that work for nothing. The record is now gone. You can hear it through third-party YouTube channels, but the record is gone, you know? And so, you know, and just like that, it went. Now, Funk Flex, he was previewing the record earlier on Hot 97, and 50 Cent caught wind of it, all right? And 50 Cent proceeded to drag, really drag Lil' Kim. Let's get into what 50 had to say. Where is that? Yeah, he had wore her out. Okay, so this is what he said. Nicki Minaj, you better light her ass up. I'm watching. She says something about the baby. Her baby hyped up. And I'm just like, wow. Why would he say something about Lil' Kim's baby eye? So I don't know what the tea is with that. I don't know why, you know, why he would come at her. Little Kim then responded in a plethora of like Instagram posts, basically saying, I wasn't coming for nobody's kid. I don't know what 50 Cent obsession is. I didn't want him in the past. You know, if you know any history about 50 Cent and Little Kim, they've been beefing for a long time. Apparently 50 Cent was attracted to Little Kim. She wasn't interested. And ever since that moment, he has been dragging and attacking her. Now, if you ask me, do I personally think that Little Kim was talking about Nicki Minaj's child? Absolutely not. I don't think that she was talking about Nicki Minaj's child at all. To me, it seemed like this had nothing to do with any female rapper, but everything to do with men that she had been dating before in the past. So I don't know. This was a huge reach by 50 Cent because she definitely was not talking about any female rapper, specifically Nicki Minaj or Nicki Minaj's child. I didn't get that at all. Okay, I did not get that in the slightest bit that that's what she was doing. All right, so that's that. Now, I also find it interesting though that none of the male, outside of her child's father, no men in the industry spoke out for Little Kim in her defense. No one stood up to 50 Cent. No one said anything. They just let her get disrespected, and it was just kind of like, damn, all these people love Kim. Where's Little Kim's friends? Where's the people that are going to speak up for her? Why is no one saying anything? Why would they let him drag her like that and not say a single word? No one said anything. No one had her back. I thought that was very interesting and very telling about, some of these relationships and some of these people in the industry. They really don't care about you, And so I thought that was very interesting that no one said anything. But I do think that was very tasteless, very tacky, and very trashy for 50 Cent to come at Lil Kim in that way, because she definitely was not talking about Nicki Minaj, and I feel like he was trying to ignite a beef that didn't even need to be ignited, and she wasn't even talking about him. So I don't understand what his obsession is with her, but it was a little bit unnecessary. And I thought it was very interesting that Megan Thee Stallion was radio silent during this whole thing. She literally has said nothing. And now today the record is pulled. And I just think that, damn, Kim, she can't win for losing. Lil Kim had a whole opportunity. She was getting ready to roll this out. She thought it was going to be a moment. She posted up with Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion didn't promote the record. Megan Thee Stallion didn't share the picture. No one said nothing. And then here we go. The record is pulled and snatched down. Okay. And then her daughter gets dragged in the middle of it. Okay. We did reach out to Lil Kim for comment. She did not respond. But it's all good. It's all love here, okay? So let's move on. Like I said, I thought the verse was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but I didn't hate it, okay? It was cute for what it was. All right, let me get this super chat. Shout out to Tamel. BK in the house. I'm just waiting for Meg to devour Malibu and JT by associating when she bust shots back at Pill Popper Onika. The fact that Megan got the girls all ruffled is speaking volumes. Nicki done ran and got a team because she's pressed. Thank you, boo. We're gonna get into some things. We're gonna really get into that. Okay. We're gonna get into that in a second. Free. No, listen. I made a tweet the other day. And this is what I said, and a lot of you guys thought this was funny, but I really was serious. Unpopular opinion, trigger alert, because I know y'all like her, but I don't know. But I know I'm not the only one who thinks that the GloRilla girl sounds like her teeth too big and she's juggling balls in her mouth when she's rapping, specifically in the record Blessed. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me to talk about her. I think she has a unique sound. I just can't get through her talking. It kind of sounds like, how Woah Vicky talk? That's how she sound, like she rapping like how Woah Vicky talk. But I know a lot of the people like her. I don't dislike her. It's just hard to make out what she's saying. It just sounds like a retarded rapper. Not in like a derogatory way, but in every essence of the way of like special ed, like retarded, like not like to be an insult. I'm just trying to, like, for a lack of a better word, like just slow. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's like, shit, yeah, you sure, like retarded. And I don't know how else to say it. Okay, she sounds like special ed, and I'm like she got Down syndrome. But I'm sure she's sweet. But it's just it's a little interesting for me when I'm trying to make out what she's saying and kind of get into the music. But, you know, maybe that sound is in right now. That's kind of the feeling right now. It's kind of like this Down syndrome, Memphis retarded vibe. You know what I mean? And I understand. So, you know, I get it. Don't kill me. I'm just saying, like, I'm learning like everybody else. Okay. And so I'm getting accustomed to it. And, you know, I may love it next week. You know what I mean? I'm allowed to change. I'm allowed to grow. And so that's just kind of where I'm at with it right now, today, in It's No Shade. And don't hold that against me. Okay? Now, I thought that was very interesting that the people were saying, well, what happened to Lotto? I mean, to Sweetie being on the remix of F and F. Okay, because remember, Sweetie had just went on Creisha Please, and she had talked all about how she was going to be on the remix.
Flew her to LA, we cut it, shot the video, and I had a really good time with GloRilla.
How was the video? I saw you like on the car. I was like, look at me.
It was a lot of fun. I had my best friend there. She had her friends, and it just felt like high school, like fun.
I felt like you was perfect for the song. I could hear your voice on it.
Thank you.
And I'm excited about that.
Thank you, Carisha. And I was
Okay, so this is Sweetie in the video, but then she not on the official remix. It's actually Lotto featuring JT, which I think that they both did good. I feel like Lotto ate JT on the remix, but it was both. They were both cute. JT, it was kind of it wasn't bad. It wasn't trash. It was okay. So yeah, you know. But Lotto and JT ended up on the official remix. I don't know how that happened, but in my opinion, I personally feel as though Sweetie flew her out. Sweetie tried to get ahead of the moment and get on the song. So Sweetie probably spent her money, you know, spent her resources to try to get on that song. And then as the GloRilla girl got bigger, the label was like, you know, her label was like, yeah, Sweetie is okay. That was cute for then, but girl, we're bigger now. So we are going to we got a bigger budget. We want different girls that's going to take the song further. You know, so labels make these calls a lot of the time. So they probably scrapped Sweetie because they felt like the record wasn't going to go as far. So I don't think it was really GloRilla's choice. I think it probably was Yo Gotti's or whoever is over in charge of her music over there at where she's signed to. And so I think that they just made an executive decision to, you know, replace Sweetie and go forward with Lotto and JT for whatever reason. It could be name recognition. They could believe that they are going to take the record further. There's a plethora of reasons why they probably would do it. So I just think that they feel like they made the best decision and they went forward with it. And I feel like Sweetie maybe thought that it was going to be something and it just wasn't. Okay. Now I see a lot of people saying that, you know, Creisha knew that JT was going to be on that record. Why did Creisha play in Sweetie's face? Now that could be true, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of these podcast episodes could have been recorded, you know, earlier or later. So this podcast episode could have been recorded, and this F&F remix could have just happened within the last 2 weeks or last month. You know what I'm saying? And so this podcast episode could have been previously recorded a long time ago. So you just never know. But I mean, she also could have been playing in her face like she didn't know, and you know, and she was just doing her job. But I do think that's the key. If she did know and sat up there and act like she didn't know, but perhaps she really didn't know because the podcast was filmed ahead of time. Okay. So yeah, child, we got to get into some things. All right. Now, what else are we talking about? Okay. I think we at the big moment. We at the big moment. Okay. We at the big moment.
In the mix.
All right,
Who
y'all.
is this freak of nature?
With DJ Armon.
All right, so we're gonna get into some things. Okay, let's start here. I told y'all, let's start with the Lotto thing. Let's start with Lotto, then we're gonna break everything down. Okay, there was a couple things that I told you. Okay. I said, I'm going to be watching this lotto thing. We're going to be watching this lotto thing. My antennas are, listen, so I'm 65% sure that Lotto is in the dissing box. I'm 60% sure that Nicki Minaj is shading Lotto. I'm 40% sure that I'm not sure. Okay. But I'm more than halfway sure that I feel like it's some tea. The only way I would feel like it's not no tea is if Lotto is on this second half of this remix. If there is another remix. Okay. I don't mind being corrected, but my antennas usually don't fail me. And I feel like it's some tea brewing. Okay. It's some tea brewing. I don't feel like Nicki Minaj really fooled with Lotto like that. Okay. And I told you guys, I said, if Lotto is not on this remix, then it is some tea. I told you guys that. And that's when I broke down this Instagram post yesterday when a fan asked Lotto, she said, you on the Super Freaky Girl remix too? They said, no, just F and F. And this is what happened. This video is very important. You have to remember how important this video is because it's going to come back later on in our conversation. This video is very important because this video started going viral on Barb Twitter. That's very important. You guys, okay, I got to let you guys know this. The video started going viral. The interview with Jason Lee and Lotto started going viral on Barb Twitter. Okay. Now that's very important because Nicki Minaj seen this video. Okay. And we're going to talk about this in a second. And on Queen Radio, she was letting Barb's know to stop posting BS, stop sharing BS to her timeline because she's going to start unfollowing Barb's. She actually ended up unfollowing a head Barb, troll, clout chaser, YouTuber that was sharing these stuff, sharing this kind of stuff. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But going back to this clip started recirculating, okay, because the girls were sharing it. And this is how Nicki Minaj caught wind again of what was said. And she kind of responds indirectly to the Twitter spaces, okay? Okay, so boom, this is what she said.
Well, why do you think they just do it with women though?
Because it's been Nicki for so long. Mm-hmm. So, they made us feel like it could only be one at a time. Mm-hmm. And now we're rewriting that story and it's a little different. Mm-hmm. It's uneasy. It makes the industry feel like, oh, these bitches coming. They done figured it out now.
But isn't that a good thing though? I mean,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing for us. Yeah. But it's like, why is it not clicking for y'all? Mm-hmm. It's great for us. Look how many female rappers is thriving right now. Mm-hmm. Versus it being Nicki and everybody else. Now we all, you know what I'm saying? For the most part,
I think when it comes to your music, everybody's kind of in the same conversation.
Yeah.
It's not us over.
Okay, so that's important. So again, I'm refreshing your memory. Nicki said, when you hear people comparing themselves to you, but facts don't ever seem to be in their favor. Remember what I told you about 2022, child. We're going to get to that one by one off my list. And now for the finale, you. Okay. And then this is when Lotto gave, it's giving coke, body want to hit it like some dope. Now, a lot of people were saying this was in her song. Yes, people use captions in their song a lot, but she used this caption for a reason. Okay. Just because it was in her song doesn't mean that she can't use this as a diss. Okay. No one said that she just thought of this right then and there and made it a caption. Yes, it was in her song, but she decided to use this and strategically as a diss, in my opinion. Okay. Okay. And then this was what Nicki Minaj was doing. Okay. So that's that. Okay. And so that is why I feel the way I feel about the LATTO situation. My antennas are still up. And we're getting there. I just need you guys to get this. So this is why LATTO to me is in that conversation. I'm going to break down a little bit more of that later on. Also, this is very important. Megan Thee Stallion won the BMI award for R&B and hip hop. Okay, Songwriter of the Year. Megan Thee Stallion, Body, Crybaby, and Thot-ish. On last night's Queen Radio, it was a heavy conversation regarding writing. Okay, it's even spewing over into social media right now. Everyone is talking. Nicki Minaj is subbing and talking about how these female rappers are not writing. Okay, she is at Megan Thee Stallion with a vengeance, and we are going to get into that a little bit more. But what I want to get into first, because we are going to get into Queen Radio, because Queen Radio was a whole thing, and that kind of goes back to my LATTO Megan Thee Stallion thing. But I want to get into QUEENMIX. Okay, I want to get into the QUEENMIX first. Okay, now I want to start by saying let's get into this QUEENMIX, because I want to give you guys my opinion on the QUEENMIX before I start breaking everything else down. Let's just do the QUEENMIX as itself. Okay, we got Katie Got Bands, Bia, Nicki Minaj, Malibu Mitch, and JT from the City Girls. Okay. I think the song is fire. I think I like this way better than I like the original. Okay. And I love my top in order. It's Malibu Mitch. Well, actually in order from top to bottom, it's Nicki Minaj. That third verse, that verse she did on there, nasty. 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 Okay, Malibu Mitch. I was going to give it to Akbar right after Nicki, because Akbar really did her thing and she ate that. But the way that Malibu Mitch alley-ooped that to Nicki Minaj, and for Nicki Minaj to run with that, because if you listen to Queen Radio last night, she said she was only supposed to add 2 bars after Malibu Mitch. But she had felt so, I could tell, like, you know, when you're in the zone and you feel that fire, Malibu Mitch had set it up for her to go and run with it like that. And I think you got to really go back and listen, because Malibu Mitch started off slow with it, and then she hit it. Bow, 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 bow. And then, boom, Nicki was able to hit it 2 times, bow, bow, and then she ran with, like, that was the perfect, like, that, the way that they did that together, that was a moment. That was some momentum right there. So I think that transitioned really well together, them two. So I think a lot of people are sleeping on Malibu Mitch and that contribution that she had to Nicki's final verse, because I think that she passed that baton and gave that energy for Nicki to go and run with that like that. So you got to really get into that. You got to really go get into that Malibu Mitch verse, because she set that up for Nicki to slam dunk that at the end. So I'm going with Malibu. As far as features, I'm going with Malibu Mitch first. I'm going with Akbar V. I'm going with Bia, JT, Katie Got Bands. JT, I didn't like her trying to sound like Roman, and then at the end, I didn't really feel it was okay. Like, she kind of was off the beat. I don't know. JT is okay to me. JT ain't really she ain't that hard. Katie Got Bands, she's all right. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go through the list of the girls really quick. Okay, where we at first? So if you don't know, this is Katie Got Bands. She is the drill rapper from Chicago. Now, remember, she was getting into it with Asian Doll over who was the queen of the drill. Okay, she has been shouted out and shared by Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, A lot of people know her out there. She says that she is the queen of the drill. I think that it's interesting that, Asian Doll has been really supporting Nicki Minaj all this time. And Katie Got Bands kind of came out of nowhere, and now she's on the record. So petty move, but good look for Katie Got Bands. She's okay. She's not much to really look at, but she's she's good. She's good in her lane. I don't think her verse was trash. I don't think anybody's verse was trash. Okay. I thought she did her thing. And so she's coming in at number 6 for me. How many is it? Nicki, Bia, Malibu, Akbar, Bia, JT, Katie Got Bands. Yeah. So I think she's coming in at number 6 for me. Okay. Who else? Then we got obviously Bia. Y'all know Bia. Bia's gonna play her position. She does her thing. She's been supporting Nicki Minaj. She unfollowed Cardi B and deleted all the Cardi B tweets, that everything she's ever said about Cardi or wanting to work with Cardi, even though Bia is not truly a Nicki fan. She's more so an Aaliyah fan, Rihanna fan. However, she's playing the game, and she's playing the game to where she feels works for her. And, and I think that, that's cool. And so, she got her feature. She's had a feature. She got Nicki on her record before, and Nicki, showed her some love and put her on her record, which I think that she deserves it. And she should. JT knew not to send that verse in to Megan Thee Stallion. But at the same time, people saying that was a label call for her not to turn her verse into Megan Thee Stallion. Remember, Nick, if you watch Queen Radio, Megan Thee Stallion said that JT did not turn her verse in, but Nicki Minaj said that all the girls turned in their verses very quickly. Let me remind you, this is what was said.
But you know who ain't turning their verse that quick, and she was supposed to be on the album?
Who?
JT.
Why?
I don't know. Ask her. They was, but you know who ain't turning their verse that quick, and she was supposed to be on the album?
Who?
JT.
Why?
I don't know. Ask her.
Well, I guess we found out. She's picked a side, and she's doing her Barbie things, and she did not want to not be on this, okay? And we're going to get into this in a few. So she's on the record with Nicki Minaj. She got her Nicki Minaj moment before Saucy Santana. And so thank God, because I think he was really shooting for it. And so she got her moment, she's on there. And so that to me probably is the reason why she did not get back to Megan Thee Stallion for her verse, and especially since she was on Megan Thee Stallion's Good News album. You know what I mean? So she probably like, girl, this is a business decision. I know how Nicki is. I'm just finna do this because, girl, I need this for my repertoire. And to be honest with you, Meg, you got a song with Nicki. I want a song with Nicki. Hell, you got a whole Nicki feature in a video. So Meg, hopefully you understand. It's just business. And for that, I understand, JT. Like, girl, I'm not fit. I know y'all got a lot going on. I know how Nicki Minaj is. So, girl, I'm not giving you no. We got songs together, girl. I need this Nicki record. You even got a Nicki record. So, girl, let me get my Nicki record. And, girl, I'll call you and tell you about it later. I get it. I ain't even going to be mad at you for that. Because she got a Nicki record. So, you might as well get yours, too. It's no shade. Okay. So I'm not even gonna hate on her for that. Malibu Mitch. I mean, it's about darn time. It's about darn time. She deserves it. I mean, she's been in the comments. I mean, she's got the post notifications on. She's got all the notifications on every time Nicki Minaj poop, drink water, fart, say hello, burp. And she queen, love it. Oh my God. She's loyal. You know what I mean? And she was trying to ride for Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not sure what happened. But apparently, something happened between the Megan Thee Stallion and her as well. And so that, obviously, you could tell that, she has picked her side as well. So, Malibu Mitch, I think out of all of them is probably the most deserving. And, I think she did her thing on that. Okay. And I will tell you, Malibu Mitch has my favorite verse, the way that, because outside of Nicki has the best verse on the song, first of all. The best verse on the song. But the way that Malibu Mitch set Nicki up for that was everything for me, musically. All right. And then And then we got what's her name? Akbar. Okay, that's not what she looked like now. She's about 5 sizes smaller. But you know what? I cannot stand Akbar at one point. I would never talk about her or take her serious, but she really came on this record and slid. You know what I mean? She arguably does have the best verse on the record. It's just kind of what you're into stylistically. I think that she could have, I mean, if some of you guys feel like she has the best verse, I can't dispute that either. I just personally like the way that it was set up for Malibu, set it up for Nicki Minaj to go ahead and alley-oop it like that. But Akbar really did slide on this record. She did her thing, and she really was a standout, especially coming from where she comes from, all the controversy, people not taking her serious, people thinking that she's a joke. She really came out here and really showed out, especially to be one of the girls that do not have a major deal or have a deal at all. So Akbar really came out here, and this is an example of getting a moment and capitalizing off of the moment. This is also an example of being prepared for when your moment is there, because if we don't hear anything else from Akbar, we know that she got on the Nicki Minaj record, Nicki Minaj's first single solo #1 record, and with all these other girls, some of these girls with major deals, and slid and arguably has the best verse. So for that, Akbar, you did your big one, and you really ate that, and it's no shade. Akbar was trending all night last night. She did really, really eat that. She came in really, really smooth with it, and I really felt that. I like that. That was fire. I live for that. I live for that. I live for that. I live for that. So, you know, yeah, so shout out to Akbar for that. She really did eat that. Now let's talk about Nicki Minaj. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj. It's no shade. Before I start giving, let's talk about Nicki Minaj. This lady is a monster. This lady's a monster. She really, 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 really ripped that verse. What did she say? I don't need your 2 cents. Bitch, this ain't a meter. Who did you think she was talking to about when she said she don't need your 2 cents? Bitch, this ain't a meter. I immediately thought LATTO. One of my girlfriends called me like, girl, did she just diss LATTO about throwing her 2 cents in about, you know, the relationships and things like that, and then the coins and the LATTO, and I don't need your 2 cents. Bitch, this ain't a meter. I don't know. I could be reaching, but girl, I'm like, girl, we don't need your 2 cents. You can't compare to me. Okay? She said, I'm riding the horses. What'd she say? And I don't need sympathy from the media. Idiot. Idiot. I don't need sympathy from the media. Idiot. Media, idiot. That was Megan Thee Stallion. Let me tell you something. She wants a dangerous problem with Megan Thee Stallion. She wants a deadly dangerous problem with Megan Thee Stallion. Then she went on Queen Radio and said, I know you staying up all night just to hear you get dissed. Bit. That's what she gave. That was a nasty, 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 nasty verse. What did she say on that? Let me pull this up real quick. Let me see. QUEENMIX lyrics. Super freaky girl. I have to pull this up real quick. Where's her verse at, child? Let me see. A whole lot of money like Nicki and Bia. Keep your 2 cents, bitch. This ain't a meter. I ain't talking Spanish when I say senorita. I told that ghostwriter, go senorita. Oh my God. I told your ghostwriter to go send your reader. I ain't talking about Spanish when I say senorita. Told that bitch ghostwriter, go send your reader. Send her to me. Send your reader. Send the reader to read the paper that you written down. Send your best reader. Because these girls are not writing. Send your reader. Ah! This bitch is a monster! She's a monster! She's a monster! Ah! She is a monster. Oh. 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 I didn't even catch that one. Oh, that's why you got she. It's no shade. I ain't talking Spanish when I say senorita. I told the ghostwriter to yo, senorita. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. She is a monster. Oh, you ain't know? Who? Ask Wikipedia. These bitches is hungry. I guess I'm just greedier. These bitches is ugly. My bitch is prettier. Horseback riding. I be like, giddy up. When I touch a city, painted red like graffiti up. I ain't gotta beg for sympathy from the media, idiot. Nicki Minaj is probably one of the greatest female rappers. See, like, it's the double intro. Like, you got to really go ahead and read and get to really, like, she do not play. It's the Roman for me. I ain't talking Spanish when I say senorita. Tony Mitch ghostwriter, yo, senorita. Come on. That's not fair. She don't play fair. She ate that. She ate that. She ate that. I'm not finna sit up here and act like she didn't eat that. That lady is a monster. She ate that. It's nobody really fucking with her like with that. Like, she ate that. She ate that. It's no shade. 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 You got to. We have to be fair here. We have to be. Those were bars upon bars, metaphors upon metaphors, double entendre. Like, girl, we cannot play with her with that. Like, she ate that. Okay, we have to give her that. If you don't give her that, you just being a hater. Because if anybody else was rhyming like that, we will be giving them their flowers. So we got to at least give her the flowers there. It's no shade. Okay? Now, let's get into the Queen Radio. Because I do have an opinion about the girls and the type of girls that she picked to be in the space. I do have an opinion on that. Hold on. I do have an opinion on that. And I'm going to let you guys know what I feel. Okay? So let me get my little notes out. Okay? Let me see, because I took a couple of little notes last night. Okay, and if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the subscribe button. This is a good time to subscribe to the channel. All right? Okay. Now, vibe check. I want to talk about the vibe check. That's very important. Vibe check. She talked about the vibe. That whole thing of the night was about who passes the vibe check. What the vibe check looks like. And this is when I start to bridge the gap of who she likes, who she doesn't like, why she likes this one, why she doesn't like that one. Now, you guys can say I'm reaching or not, but let's have a conversation, okay? So she was talking about the vibe check, right? And then she mentioned, like, DJ Booth. She mentioned DJ Booth, and she was like, you know, I told you about people, because you were, you know, how you were just all real mixy and everywhere and everything. And then you finally got to see that, you know, people's vibes ain't really right. Now, I'm not sure if she was talking about Wendy Williams and him working for Wendy Williams, and then ultimately Wendy Williams coming on to him and trying to sleep with him and do all these nasty things to him, and then him getting fired from the show, allegedly? Or was she talking about him being all mixy and promoting Erica Banks very heavily, because he was really on Erica Banks' row? Every city she was in, he was actually trying to be one of Erica Banks' DJs. Like, he was really rocking with Erica Banks, like heavy. And that's during a time where Erica Banks was really trying to rock with Nicki Minaj as well. And so I don't know if he felt like if Nicki felt like he was being too mixy with Erica Banks or Wendy Williams, or both. But either way, she felt that he was being very mixy with people that did not fit the vibe check, okay? Now, she said that she feels as though a lot of these people can be queens, okay? The people on her record can be queens. Now, I do want to say, before I get to that, she did drop a word, though. She said, nobody wants you to fail more than someone who wants to be just like you. And they can come from a friend or a fan. I thought that was very interesting, because I've noticed even in my life, sidebar, that, you do have to, this is where I kind of feel her, and I'm kind of like, I don't know what side to really go, because on one end, I know that people try to pretend like they fool with you, and they really don't. Or some people like to be affiliated with you online and things like that, because it helps benefit them. You know what I mean? But really behind the scenes, they don't care about you. Literally behind the scenes, they want you to fail. They want to be you. I feel her on that, because I got people like that I know that you don't really like me like that. You might act like you like me, but you maybe just really want to get my audience or whatever. Or you might try to be my friend, but we're not really cool like that. But you want the people to feel like we cool online because it benefits you. That happens. People will try to use you to benefit themselves and act as though you've never done or been or helped them or done anything for them. People do that. And so I get that. And so Nicki started to then go and talk about how the vibe check mattered so much, because a lot of people pretend and act as if they care about her, as if they act like they really rock with her, but they really just want to use her to get to the next level. Okay, they really genuinely don't care, and they want to use her fans, and and then the fans fall for it. This is why, and I've always said this, there's a Doja Cat, okay? I feel like she feels that way about Meg. Perhaps she might feel like that about Latto. I don't know. The Latto piece, I'm still a little gray on, but I'll get to why I think that she doesn't really feel Latto. And I think that a lot of these girls that go and start shouting her out and doing a lot of riding and gargling balls, like, she has to decipher, do you just want to feature, or are you really cool with me? Or the other hand, girl, are you really even gonna be a threat? And so that's kind of where I'm also at with it. So let me get my thoughts. So I kind of feel like, on one end, I understand how she could be like, okay, you got to pass the vibe check, because a lot of these girls out here are weirdos. A lot of these girls are opportunists. And the fans, she was asking her fans last night, she was like, Barbs, you guys have to stop being delusional. I've said this to the Barbs millions and millions and millions of times, and they swear I'm hating. They swear I don't get it. I know exactly what she's saying. She was literally getting frustrated, like, you guys are missing it. The signs are there. Know when you're being manipulated by these blogs, by these YouTubers, and by these female rappers. She literally just unfollowed a blogger, unfollowed a whole YouTuber with the channel built, dragging Cardi B, praising her all the time. Literally went and unfollowed her, because, mind you, this is not the first time that she's gotten irritated with this YouTuber. She also had to threaten the YouTuber and say, girl, do not make me sue you, because you're doing too much. And I think Nicki Minaj, she's not dumb. She knows when you just started to pick up on her side to monetize. She knows that YouTubers make money off of her name. So when you go and try to make 1,000 videos acting like you love Nicki Minaj, and these people are still pulling up the videos of when you were on other platforms dragging it, she sees it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she follows you because you were dragging Cardi B at a point, but then you were also tweeting weird stuff about her husband and liking and posting. So eventually you got removed because she really never felt you like that. The Barbs just blew you up because you were pandering to them. And I think that's when Nicki's frustration got on Queen Radio. She's like, Barbs, understand when people are using you. I don't rock with everybody that say they love Nicki. I don't support everybody that say I love Nicki. So I guess now I'm going to have to show you, I'm going to have to start unfollowing them. And I will also unfollow and block you too. That's what she said. And she basically told him, do not be sharing any of these weird girls on the platform. So if you really a Nicki Minaj fan and you know me, then you need to really decipher who we support and who we don't. Because if you don't understand that, you will be removed from the kingdom, is what I got. And so a lot of the girls got unfollowed, removed, blocked, deleted, and are left crying in the car. Okay? That's what happened. Now, going back to the QUEENMIX, okay, I had another feeling as well. And this was my feeling here. With all that other stuff I said, you know, being careful doing this, I do feel like there were some girls that genuinely care for her. And I do feel like at some point, you know, you got to allow people to grow. You cannot want people not to grow. And what I'm finding is, I feel like, here, let me read what I said. Let me read what I said so we can get it. Because a lot of people didn't agree with me, but I'm going to tell you what I said. I said, the QUEENMIX was fire, but let's be honest. It's giving, in order to pass the vibe check, you can't be a perceived threat. It's giving B, C, sidekick, backseat passenger vibes. None of these girls on the song have the capacity to be Cardi, Meg, or ... LATTO. It's giving I only F with girls that don't want / can't / never will play a lead position. Okay? And so that was the other thing that I got. Like, what does it take to pass the vibe check? Because I'm noticing the only girls that seem to really pass the vibe check are the girls that won't pass a certain point. People are saying JT and Bia will not pass a certain point. Bia is okay in her lane. She's the Robin to Batman. You know, she's the Gail to Oprah. She's like, you know, the vice president to the president. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She's the Robin to Howard. She's the Norman to Wendy. You know, like, girl, she's there, but she's always just a step behind. And she's okay with that. She's the dope fly cousin that's going to sit in the back and roll a blunt and that's not going to complain and mix the cocktails and look fly and do her own thing. You know what I'm saying? But she not riding. She not the driver. JT, she has the potential to be a big star, but let's be clear. Krisha is a bigger star than JT. Krisha is actually making Hollywood moves, trying to grow her career. Krisha looks like the star. JT is the same girl that will sit here and tell you that this is the job. She just like to do her job and go home. That's not a girl that's going to supersede or do anything. That's a girl that's going to do her job, stay in her place. You give her what you give her a little bone here. She's small-minded. With all this access, with all this money, with all this fame, she's still small-minded and have a hood mentality. She doesn't have a big mind. She doesn't think big. She think, okay, I got money right now. Me and Uzi dated. I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna go home. I love Nicki. I got a Nicki feet. Like, she's still thinking small. You're never gonna pass that certain threshold. Akbar, honestly, she can be as talented as all get up. It's just never gonna happen. Those are the facts. Katie got banned. She don't have a look. She don't have the power. It's not gonna happen for her. It's not gonna happen. Malibu Mitch, we've been waiting. You know, we've been waiting a long time. And I don't think it's going to happen. These are girls that are not, these girls, I feel like they've hit a ceiling. They're not going to break past a certain level. But then when you look at a girl like LATTO, when you look at her team, or you look at the girls like Sweetie, even though you may think Sweetie is trash, but you look at girls like Doja Cat, Cardi B, like them girls is like trying to be like lead position girls. But let's take Latto, for example. Latto had a #3 Billboard hit record. Yeah, Latto was one of those same girls that was, you know, gargling Nicki. But Latto, I'm cool with Nicki. I'm cool with Cardi. I don't have a problem with nobody. You know what I think Nicki's issue was with Latto? She felt like, Latto, how dare you compare yourself to me and say that, you know, we're all on the same level. You got signed, you got a major deal, you got they gassed you up, you got your #3 record with Mariah Carey, you got your big energy hit, but you thought that you was really eating it, but your albums are not selling. Latto only sold 24,000 copies. Megan Thee Stallion sold 63,000 copies. So Nicki Minaj is saying, you girls cannot compare with me. And it's just like, since when did you guys get to a point where you start feeling like you can compare yourself with legends and your albums are not selling? That's why I feel like it was Latto shade. But I feel like if you show interest in wanting to be a standalone lead female rapper, then all of a sudden you become a person that's moving funny. If any of these girls that are on the QUEENMIX start to kind of start moving and start trying to, you know, really break through, like as a star, superstar, Nicki's going to stop fooling with them. She's looking for a bunch of sons, a bunch of girls that can sit behind her and push her while she be the queen, and she got a bunch of girls that's behind her, but that's not going to step in front of her. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion is clear. Megan Thee Stallion wants a lead position. Latto, clearly, the way she's moving, wants a lead position. Cardi B has the lead position. She don't like any of the lead girls. You don't fool with any of these lead girls. Now, people will say, but she did a record with Megan Thee Stallion. She did a record with Cardi B. She did a record with Cardi B and was dissing Cardi B on the record. That whole motorsport thing was a whole mess and drama. She was changing her verse. They didn't even film together. It was a messy situation. That wasn't any camaraderie there. Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj thought that Megan Thee Stallion was going to be like JT, was going to be Bia, was going to be Malibu Mitch. She thought that she had a girl that she could sub and talk about Cardi B with. Instead, Megan Thee Stallion said, girl, I'm going to do a record with you, but I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to do a record with there. I'm going on to here. I want bigger than just being noticed by Nicki Minaj. I want to break through the Nicki Minaj ceiling. And during that time, the Nicki Minaj, being the Nicki Minaj affiliation was a little bit damaging. And I seen people saying last night, Megan Thee Stallion and Lil' Kim, they really messed up an opportunity not being cool with Nicki Minaj. I disagree. I think sometimes if you get too cool with Nicki Minaj, you can almost pigeonhole yourself into just that subsector. And it's hard to find your way out because you have to be so loyal to her. You have to be so in her bubble to where you can't do anything outside of her, because then you'll be deemed moving funny. It's almost like if you start working with her, then you got to understand you can only get as big as she will allow. And there will never be bigger than her or comparable to her, in my opinion. This is my opinion, because if I'm looking at it, why is Latto now? Why does it feel like now you're throwing shade at Latto, but it also feels like, when it feels like Latto's secretly pulling ahead from the rest of the girls. Now, I'm not the biggest Latto fan. Her music really doesn't really move me that much, but I'm not going to sit up here and say that her team is not a good team. Like, she has a good team and they're pulling her ahead. Right now, you know, it's Cardi, Meg, Nicki, and I feel like Latto is knocking on that door. And I feel like Nicki, once she starts seeing those girls do that, maybe those girls, they shout her out, but maybe it's less and less gargling of the nuts because they have other things that they have to do now, right? They can't focus on that. And so she might take it as they were just using her, or they're feeling themselves now. She talked about that. Or they have an ego. And it's like, no, girl. They want to, no shade. Maybe they want to be the queen of rap. Maybe, and I guess you can't be the queen of rap. You can't be the queen of rap being friends with the queen of rap. I mean, Nicki, you know that story more than anybody. You did what you had to do with Kim. So I guess Nicki like, okay, these girls want my spot. These girls just don't want to be a part of the kingdom. They want to be the queen. And I think that once she senses a girl wants the throne, figuratively, then she don't really fool with them. You got to just be okay about with being in the kingdom. But if you give any energy like you want her spot, you out of here. And so you don't fit the vibe check. And so this is why I'm like, okay, it was cute, but it's giving me this ain't the real vibe. This ain't the real record we was looking for. The real record we looking for is Nicki, Cardi, Doja, Meg, Kim. That's the real collab. That's the real mix we looking for. We'll never get that though, because then you gotta share the space with girls just as powerful as you. And in some cases, Cardi B, that's hotter than you. Or just as hot. You know what I'm saying? And so, while I think the record is good, I also feel like she was very strategic about what girls she felt fit the vibe check. And I feel like every girl's not going to fit the vibe check. The only girls that fit the vibe check are girls that are going to be comfortable with taking a back seat to her and not really wanting to push past certain limits and certain barriers. If you show any interest in wanting to be bigger than a certain point, then all of a sudden, she don't really fool with you like that. In my opinion. So, those are my thoughts on that. Now, I'm going to open up the call-in lines. We got almost 6,000 people here. Shout out to that. It will be, how are we going to do this? Super chats to the top. We got to make it, I want you guys to kind of make it quick. Have me turn down in the back. Be ready. Be listening. And we're going to get into some things, y'all. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, they saying read the super chats. You know what? I could try, but I don't know if they're going to show up. Let me go and read some of these super chats. Let me go and log into my other thing. Hold on.
To hear important instructions, press 2.
I'm going to go and read some of these super chats. Hold on. I got to go back on the back end. Let me see.
Your show is scheduled to start in 26 seconds.
Let me see what we got on the super chats back end. Hold on, child. Give me a second. Deposit your check. Okay, hold on.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So we got from Toxic is Toxic. If LATTO doesn't compare, imagine what Nicki really thinks about the girls she put on Super Freaky Girl remix. That's a good point. That's a very good point. And see, she likes those girls to just sit up. And I think that's the thing. She wants those girls to just sit here. Like JT was like, Nicki, you the best, you the greatest, and I'm the princess. Like, she just wants a bunch of like writers. And I think LATTO does a good job of writing, but LATTO's also comfortable. Like, girl, I'm still fire and I'm hot. And then low key, like, I got a number 3 record with Mariah Carey. Like, on the cool, like, Nicki, I would love a feature with you, but like, I'm on tour with Lizzo. I'm doing my thing. And then I was headlining my own tour. I had Saucy Santana on tour with me. Like, I'm popping. You know what I mean? I went from last year being on the Fufu stage at the VMAs or BT, and now I'm performing at the main stage of the VMAs. You know what I mean? At this point now, I'm being nominated in categories with Nicki Minaj. Latto was being nominated against Nicki Minaj at the VMAs. So at this point, you know, she sees that. Megan Thee Stallion got 3 Grammys. Cardi B been out of here. But I think that the Megan Thee Stallion piece, Megan Thee Stallion did it moving. Boom, 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 boom. I'm on everything. Bow, bow, bow. I wasn't just going to sit under you. I want it bigger. And now I'm moving funny. Now, am I going to say that Megan probably didn't do nothing? No, because Megan Thee Stallion, I will always say this. There is something that is inauthentic and fake about Megan Thee Stallion and dishonest. It would have to take me to meet her for me to feel differently, but something about her, because I seen how she was talking about Cardi B, then I seen her be over there with Nicki Minaj, and I seen how she was sitting up there on the Creisha Please interview lying like she didn't know that her and Creisha had an issue. Or her and the City Girls had an issue, like they wasn't shady, like they didn't, low-key wasn't beefing, low-key. Like, Megan Thee Stallion, there is a tinge of phoniness to her. There is. So, you know, and maybe Nicki seen her through that. Okay, somebody said, what happens to the rapper Cupcake? I don't know what happened to rapper Cupcake. All of the Stan Twitter thought she was the Chicago slot. What happened? This song has Cupcake written all over it. It does, because ain't Cupcake a freaky girl? But this is why it goes to show, sometimes you do all that D-ride and sucking and clucking, and it does nothing for you. Along Cupcake and these YouTubers, they were even paying and giving out cash apps and donations so that the fans could stream Super Freaky Girl, all to get snubbed on the record and get unfollowed. They said the same thing about Cardi on Love and Hip Hop. She was literally laughed at. So I don't think that this is it's a fair assessment. I'll tell you this. You're talking about me saying these girls could never happen. I'm saying that the reason why she's fooling with them now, because they don't show any promise. The minute that they start to show promise, if some of them do, she will fall out with them, is what I'm saying. Okay. Let's take some calls. Oh, wow. We have a full queue. Let me see. Kay says, y'all don't require Beyonce or anyone else to make friends. Even Cardi don't mess with these chicks. She said it herself. You're definitely trying to make Nicki the issue. She is for going for the other underdogs. Okay. That's fair for you to say. 3902, you're live on the air.
Hi, Armon.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm good. You?
I'm good. Let's get to it.
Well, so I think this is a laugh now, cry later situation, because Nicki is on her way out the door, and these girls are kind of picking sides, and it's like Nicki is literally on her way out the door. So what's gonna happen when she's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're picking sides right now, and then she's collabing with people she knows that Meg and Cardi probably had issues with. I think this collab just wasn't genuine at all. It's the people she chose for me. Like, Katie got banned. We know Cardi mentioned her not too long ago, and then next thing you know, Nicki sliding in her DM. Like, it's just not genuine to me. And I think that, you know, a Nicki Minaj feature today really isn't valuable. She has worked with everything. It's like a Beyonce feature, a Jay-Z feature, that's valuable. Nicki, I don't think it's a valuable thing. I don't think the girls should be sweating her the way they are. Like, she's really on her way out the door.
Okay. Thank you, child. I just got to keep moving. I will give you a little bit more. We got almost a full queue in here. But I love you, baby. Thanks for calling in. All right, let's keep it pushing. Okay, we got to keep it quick. 4484, you're live on the air.
Hey, Armon, how are you?
Good. How are you? Talk to me.
Good. I thought the record was epic. I thought it was great. Like you said, it was much better than the original. I like how each girl came on the track and made it a hip hop track. You know, Nicki said it herself. She said, I heard the track and I thought pop. And these girls came on the record and said, yeah, but we're going to give it street too. We're going to give it hip hop too. And I love that. The LATTO thing, like me and you discussed, yesterday, I think that it is interesting. And I do feel like she just may not be on the second. Do you think she'll actually make the second cut or no?
You know what? I think Nicki might do something to make somebody look stupid like me, because she was on Queen Radio too, slightly trying to mimic me and call me a hater and an op. So so she was doing that. She was throwing a little shade, child. So I don't know, but if you want to know, I personally think that my assessment of this LATTO thing is accurate. I haven't really been wrong about this stuff. I'm trusting my gut on this, and I don't think she's on it. I think LATTO is too far gone because LATTO doesn't need her.
Right, but I also think LATTO is slightly boring, like artistry-wise. Like, she's cool. Like me and you gave her flowers for her work ethic. Like, she's a beast in that area. But when it comes to the actual lyrics and artistry, the thing, when Nicki was attracted to Cardi, she loved her, that she was different. She loved that Meg was different. She loved that each of these girls, Doja, was really different. All of these girls that Nicki has worked with stand out, even down to a Bia and a Malibu Mitch and a Koi. They are all very unique in their delivery and their sound. LATTO kind of has this generic sound. It's not something that's like a staple. And I think Nicki, when she works with you, she wants you to have a signature. You know what I'm saying? A signature delivery where there's no doubt that I'm Nicki and she's her. We never cross.
Well, and on top of that, she told you what she wanted, though. It was the vibe check. She told you what she wanted. Right. It was the vibe check. Absolutely. Now, I do feel like... So the question is, do you feel like LATTO... Pat, this is why people... I think you can't let that go over your head. She was like the vibe check. What is the vibe check?
Right. But definitely not switching. I don't know. I think LATTO does have the potential to be switchy. I do. I think Nicki saw the clip, like you said, and she knows. She sees what goes on online. You sit down with one of the biggest, criticizers or whatever perceived haters of me, Jason Lee, and you think I'm about to get in the booth with you and give you I don't know. I don't know. For the longest, Megan didn't sit down with Jason Lee, and he hated on Megan for that, but she ended up scoring a Nicki record. So I don't know. What do you feel about Asian Doll not being on the track? Do you feel
like that was very spiteful? I feel like Asian Doll and Erica Banks fell into this space of, girl, you guys are riding me too much, and it's not genuine. You guys just want to feature, and you showed your hand. And so, and I didn't really fool with you like that for real. Like you like, and I feel like she feel like Asian Doll, Erica Banks, those kind of girls want to be bigger than I feel like the way she perceives it, she thinks that they don't really care for her. They just want the Nicki so they can add it to their resume and keep it pushing. I think JT will go home and quit rapping at this point and be just done. JT don't have that but Young Miami would parlay that into fuck around and get a Beyonce record. Like, Young Miami's that girl. She'll mess around and parlay that. Huh?
Right, but the talent isn't there for Miami. I think when JT sat on Carisha's show and she cried and she got emotional when they were talking about people talking about them splitting up, I think Quality Control, I think he's pushing for that. I think he wants JT to go solo. I think that's why he pushed the conversation with the City Girls and Nicki to apologize and make amends. I think that P wants JT to be his next rap girl. And if
JT not hungry enough, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But when she spoke on the phone last night with Nicki, when she spoke about how she was asking her questions, she was sending her tracks and ask her this and that, She might surprise. I don't know. She might surprise us. And if P can do with JT what he did with Lil Baby, because Lil Baby is pretty much the hottest thing out right now, male-wise.
Yeah.
That's a threat. That could be a problem.
But JT is not that good. She's not as good as Lil Baby. We're gonna stop. JT is not that talented like that. But thank you, boo. I gotta keep going on. But JT is not that rapper like that. Stop that. Okay. Armon, I feel like Jerry said, Armon, I feel like that line about ghostwriting, not talking Spanish, and Senorita in the Queen Mix was about Cardi and Party, not Megan. I don't know who it was about. Zion Gary said, one girl Nicki Minaj have to watch out for is Akbar. No, not at all. She might have to get Mr. Petty on her because Akbar really about it. Nicki seems desperate to keep a throne she already secured. Okay. 1488, you're live. Wait, I think we got another one. Hold on. I got to get this one. They said I got a 6342 in the chat. 6342, you're live on the air.
Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's going on? Talk to me.
Okay, I got a lot of opinions. So let's
okay.
talk about Lotto.
Okay.
This is my thing with Lotto. I feel like my sister, because she is Sagittarius, I'm a Sagittarius, Nicki is Sagittarius. My sister misspoke when she was on Jason Lee. Jason Lee asked her, and this is during the time, this is afterwards. Remember the stop and bag conversation?
Mm-hmm.
So if Jason Lee is asking her, why are people having a problem with these new rap girls? And she said, Nicki, it's because of Nicki. And Nicki's up here and this and that. But now we're that. It seems like she blamed Nicki. What she should have blamed was the whole industry. She didn't even need to bring up Nicki. You got to be careful when you bringing up the queen when you coming in, because if you're not bringing her up in good terms, it could look like a diss.
But she was telling the truth. She said it's been Nicki. All she said is it's been Nicki for so long, and now it's more girls. That's not a lie.
But she put Nicki up here, and then she put everybody else down here, and then she said Nicki, and then she moved Nicki down and put everybody on the same level. That was wrong too.
Well, yeah, that's why Nicki feels away. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. There has to be. I think this is the problem with women. Men understand hierarchy. There has to be one queen. There's not two queens. Nicki is the queen. Nicki has been the queen for 13 years. If you're coming in, that's why I like what JC said about the princess. You're not the queen yet. You can possibly be the queen one day, but she is up here. I don't see what's wrong with identifying that. That's just my thing on Lotto. Then when it comes to Bia, I understand what you're saying about Bia. Bia may not be the quote-unquote it girl.
90
but I think
seconds.
She's all about loyalty. I think she took a little dig at Megan. That's why I had put that in the chat when she said, I'm the realest chick that's taking a pic with Nicki. The other girls that took a pic with Nicki, they were fake. But I'm really down for Nick. I think that JT had the number one verse. I think Akbar had the number two. And Malibu Mitch, she had a good verse, but to me she sounds a little bit like Nicki because she's from New York. So I feel like I've heard that before.
Okay. Period.
60 seconds.
All right, boo. Let me take some more. We got a lot of people. All right. Thank you for your call.
Bye.
Okay. Who else we got in the chat? Okay. Because we got a lot of people. We got 6670. 6670. I'm coming for you. 6670. All right. 6670. You're live on the air.
What's going on, Armon? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much, man. It's actually been a while since we last talked. I'm glad you was able to get to my call, so I'll just try to make this as quick as I possibly can.
Okay.
I'm glad your last caller had brought up something that's really important and kind of pivotal to the point that I want to make while I'm on the air. She said something about Lotto supposedly moving Nicki's hand down, I guess, and trying to say that all the girls are on an equal
10
playing
seconds.
field. But to me, that's not what she did. I feel like Lotto was more so emphasizing that there are multiple girls out here working. I don't think she was saying that everybody is a queen, and I don't think most of the girls care about that title anyway, other than the Barbara and Nicki. So I just wanted to correct that real fast. You said earlier in your show that she don't like the fact to feel like she's being used or something like that, man. I get it, but at the same time, where I'm at with it, it's like how much longer is we going to have to listen to this same song and dance? You feel used. You feel like you had to do what you had to do. You always crying about that when that's your game. Y'all want to say that Meg used her, when Nicki used her too because she was prepared to be buddy-buddy with Meg when she thought she was shading Cardi. So, if Meg used you, so if Meg used you, oh well, you set yourself up for that one, mama. So I don't really feel any type of way when it comes to that. My issue with Nicki and the Barbs is that they treat her like she is this embodiment of hip-hop and praise her for her nasty ways with other women, but fail to see how she refuses to name anybody. If hip-hop is supposed to be this game and it's this tough sport, why can't we place a name on who we're talking about? Why are we constantly subbing on Twitter? Why are we constantly jabbing and talking? Put a name to it. You know, we are not the ones. So when we call that out, we're not the ones that's making rap a joke. She is. You know what I mean? So my last point, and I'm gonna get off the phone. To me, Nicki is as talented as she is not a well-rounded rapper because every time we talk about her, bars, it's really not showing her in the best light. How many times do we have to listen to you slander other women, talking about the same nonsense, calling the girls ugly and questioning their talent because you want it to be the Nicki Minaj show 24/7? It's like, can you come up with something else? Where's this senorita line for anything about yourself and what you got going on with your life and your family? It's always a mess. I'm not tired of that.
Well, that's true. That's true.
It's not about being a Barbie. To me, it's like, girl, you've been. If you're not feeding us this, I'm a Barbie doll thing. It's let me go throw jabs at Cardi and Meg. Now a lot of it's like, how long is you gonna keep this up? We have to shift the conversation from, who was she talking about on Queen Radio? Who was she stubbing on Twitter? And move it towards, how long are we going to have to keep having this conversation? What is it that you are trying to get at, Nicki? What is it that you want to see happen? Because try as hard as you might, and as big as a fan base you have, the Barbs cannot get rid of everybody. There's going to be people out here, whether you respect them or not. That's not the issue. You have to come to a point where you look back on your legacy and say, I'm happy with what I've done, and I'm going to exude that, because right now it's getting bitter. I don't care about what Meg did in 2020. I don't care about the way Cardi's face looked. I don't care about some stupid interview that LATTO did with Jason Lee. What is your legacy about? What are we talking about? And I think we need to shift that conversation because Nicki Minaj is not showing herself in the best light. And it's tired. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's just the way I feel.
But no, you said what you said.
She got to do something different.
Thank you.
She got to do something different.
Period. Yeah. But we're entertained by the BS a little bit too, no shade. But thanks, bro. All right, he made a very good point. I want to say this too. That is one thing she said. I forgot to mention it earlier. She said, "I can be the bad guy because I have fans that will lift me up." And some of these girls have to play humble, have to play nice because they don't have enough fans that if they come out and be the bad guy, to lift them up. And so that goes into what I said about Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, now LATTO. Don't let Nicki Minaj, as much as we would be entertained, these girls cannot let Nicki Minaj trick them out their spots like she did Remy Ma. Remy Ma did not have a strong enough fan base for Remy Ma to sheath their Nicki Minaj. You went against Nicki, and it cost you because you didn't have enough fans to uplift you. Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have the fans. LATTO does not have the fans. Cardi B has a solid fan base. It's still not as much as the Barbs, but it's a good amount. So she could hold a little bit more weight. She could do the back and forth. Megan Thee Stallion on down, it's not enough hotties in the world right now that can go up against the Barbs. It's just not. So if Megan Thee Stallion makes one wrong move, it can be very detrimental. And I think Nicki Minaj is trying to trick her out of her spot. So that is a very interesting situation there too. Let me take this other call here. Okay, 8788. And two, I got a phone call today You know, I don't know. You know, it's just, I'll just tell you, Nicki does and says some very nasty things behind the scenes. And you'd be surprised at who or what. You know, it's just crazy. But I have to leave that there. I'm gonna leave that there. So that Mean Girl stuff is true, because girl, y'all will gag. Okay, 8788, you're live on the air.
Hey Armon, it's Vicky.
Hey, what's going on?
Ain't nothing. This is just a whole lot of tea, a whole lot of mess. Anybody who knows me, Lil' Kim is my absolute favorite girl, top tier girl, in my opinion. All of these other girls that came up has little bits and pieces that I can understand. But one thing I do appreciate that Nicki did do with the Queen remix, she did brought a lot of different girls together. Now, with her doing that, I feel like it wasn't genuine. And like how you said, it's a lot of coattail riding. Like, none of these girls have genuine relationships with this woman. They all want to play the back. Their relationships are very finicky. Megan Thee Stallion, on one hand, she's a very mixy girl, so I can understand Nicki Minaj's problem with her. Now, one caller did say something about what P did for Lil Baby, for JP. Do P not realize he has Lakia under his belt? Like, if he was to do something like that for JT, that would be crazy. Lakia is actually that girl. She actually knows she can out-rap a lot of these girls. Latto, I feel like Latto's mentality is, it's enough out here for all of us to eat. Why would she continue gargling Nicki when she can get the same, if not even more, in today's climate, dealing with social media? When Nicki came up, we was just getting into the social media barrier. Like, she's able to take advantage of all of this because she knows how to move. Like, I just feel like it's just a lot of mess. It's a lot of mess with these new girls. They all want to play the back, but they don't know that it's enough out here for all of them to be running it at the same time. That's why the golden era was so pivotal. That was a good moment. But that's all I got to say. It's just...
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Bye. Okay, yes. And two, I wanted to say, Nicki Minaj said another thing that just downloaded in my mind. She said, and I agree to it, so this is what I'm saying, I'll be 50-50. She said a lot of the girls, what they do is they play the social media game. You know? They like you, they act like they like you on social media, so it all looks good, but they don't like you for real. You know? And I know in this industry, that's what this game is. A lot of just don't like you. A lot just don't like me. Still follow you on Twitter. Still be doing this. Still be following you on Instagram. Be subbing you. Talking about you behind your back. But it's all who's going to show who. But everything's cool for working in business relationships. Like, and I think that she was, according to her, certain girls, she's known them to move funny here, but then she's heard them say certain things about her behind their back. I don't know. I mean, I could see that, but at the same time, it's still a little bit hard for me to believe that, like, you don't get along with any leading girl. Every leading girl you have a problem with at some point, but yet they don't all have a problem with each other. Meg, Cardi, LATTO, they all cool. I'm sure they all see each other's numbers and know what's up and this, that, and the third and want to be better than each other. But at the end of the day, why are you the only one that have a problem? Why does everybody got that why does everybody that has to pass the vibe check with you have to be behind you? Why does everybody that has to pass the vibe check with you have to be your son? Why can't they be your equal? I'm with it. LATTO selling 24,000 copies. Don't compare yourself to me. But she went like this. I get it, though. You got the #3 record, but girl, understand that there is levels to this. I get it. But at the same time, why can't she have that? Why can't she be happy for herself? You know the girl didn't mean that she had your legacy. But it's just the fact that she believes that she can get there one day is the problem for Nicki, I feel like. Because you got these, then on the other hand, you got Bia talking about she the realest, be taking pictures with Nicki Minaj. You got JT talking about, yeah, Nicki, you the best, you the greatest, you this, that. You, all of this. You like that. That's going to keep these girls back here. You don't want a girl to be out here like, yeah, I'm doing my thing too. Yeah, Nicki here, I respect it, but I'm hot. You can't take that. You feel some type of way about that. You want a bunch of hoes back here talking about how great you are and bow down to you and downplay themselves. And I think that that's late. Okay, let's get my girlfriend on here. Eva with the T. Hello?
In the mix.
Hello.
Yes, what's the tea, baby?
I made it to the party.
Yes, you made it to the party. Get in here, get in here.
Yes. Listen, you're spot on today. Like literally the way you dissected this whole situation, you're very spot on. I mean, I feel like this song was better than the original. It's no shade. I feel the same way too. But for me, my favorite was Akbar, but you know that already. Because it's no shade to Nicki. I'm tired of hearing, and I ain't talking about. That's like I guess that's her like the Sun's line, but she's always I ain't talking about. And like the Count Chocula laugh, it wasn't for me. That Count Chocula laugh was not for me. It's no shade. I was like, why is she laughing like that? But I wanted to talk about the Megan Kim situation because one of my good girlfriends, Miss Paris Shea, who's like a wardrobe stylist / creative, he commented and said that Megan's label took that down, which is good. Like, which I mean, is to me it's terrible. But I'm just trying to figure out if you knew that the label didn't want the song out, Megan, why not reach out to Lil Kim? You guys took a picture in a private jet. I'm just like confused. Like it was like a setup for failure for Kim, and I get it. And people are saying, well, she's touring and she's offline. Well, she had time to post her BMI award and she had time to post Taraji P. Henson. I just feel like I don't understand how that even happened because, like, that's a legend, right? Like, this is someone that in your top 5 that you named, and I feel like
why would you let them play her like that?
Play her beyond playing. Like, even get a copyright strike, so they took the video down off YouTube and off of her Instagram.
That's like, crazy.
That's very embarrassing because there's a lot of female rappers that do remixes, and the songs are still up on YouTube. So I'm confused as to how that works. But like, I thought that was shady. The whole Saweetie situation was shady. GloRilla tried to, go on social media and do like a public I love you, I love Saweetie, F what people talking about. She knows what it is. But at the same time, it's like you're wasting people's time and money, the link up. I just feel like all the remixes that came out were messy as hell. Messy. Yeah. From the GloRilla one to the Nicki one, I did want to say, like, how it came about was terrible, and I think that Cupcake and somebody else is on the following one. It's no shade. I wanted to say something else, but I totally forgot. So put me on.
Do you think LATTO is on the second one?
No, LATTO is not on it. It's no shade. Like people could be delusional. She was definitely talking about LATTO. Like someone sent me the recording of where she said, "How can you compare yourself to someone 15 years in the game? Like, how dare you?" Like, that's like the only person that said we're on the same level now.
That was LATTO. That's what I'm saying. But people act delusional when we say these things.
The girls are delulu, and then when it comes out that it is the person, they want to act like, oh, I guess you're right. Or
they don't say nothing, then they go ghost. And also, don't you think that it's interesting that Nicki Minaj has started unfollowing blogs and YouTubers that are out here pandering?
Well, I do want to say, as far as that, I don't say names, but I will say, with Nicki Minaj, you can't have an opinion and you
No.
can't say anything comparing her husband to anybody else's situation, because she will unfollow you, even if it was a mistake. Because in the public eye, the person that did that basically compared Tiffany Haddish situation with Kenneth Petty's situation, and saying that they're both defending people that should be that are or should be on certain lists. If you catch my drift. But I did want to say something now that I remember. I did want to say something. I just remembered. One of your callers. She said that how Nicki was upset because it's like, you know, she's the queen, and it's just like you have to wait your turn, and Lotto shouldn't have said it like that. Well, when Nicki Minaj came in the game, honey, when they asked her about Lil' Kim, she verbatim said, well, Lil' Kim is great and everything, but I'm here now. So it's like, how could you be upset at somebody basically saying like, well, there's more of us girls now, so there's more than one girl now. It's like, it's good. But when Nicki did it, and she basically said, girl, Kim is out the door, and I'm here to reign, it's fine. You can feel cocky and stuff and feel yourself. You're supposed to, but don't get mad when somebody else, it's your turn and somebody else does it to you. Because now there's a bunch of girls that can take your spot. Now, as far as you're solidified like every other rap girl, like the Kims, like the Missies, like the Foxies, you're solidified. Like the Rems, because, you know, Rem, whether people are like it, the Sheether moment will forever be engraved. Whether it was good or bad for her, people will remember that forever. But what I'm saying is, when it's your time to put your foot out the door, don't get mad when the new girls are like, we're here to play now too. It was good, her time is up, but we're here also. And I would be upset too if these young girls had management and backing and everything, and they're making moves that took her a long time to do. I mean, the new girls are now getting deals, endorsements, they're getting booked, they're probably getting almost, if not close to, a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying, like $200,000, $100,000 bookings for shows. But it's just, I think it's like, enjoy your song, but everything you do is catty. It's very catty and it's very messy. And I wanted to say also, because someone sent me the audio of what she said about getting sympathy from the media. Well, girl, the girls do want sympathy from the media because you're paying the media. That's a fact. You're in the media's DMs. Whether it's money or showing up.
I think that we have to be clear too with that. People think payola is a cash check. Payola is not cash anymore, guys. Payola is access. Payola is being able to call me. Payola is me following you. Payola is me commenting in your inbox and on your, on your comment section, giving you engagement. Yeah, on your post. That's payola.
Like, people need to wake up. So when you have the biggest blogs, you know what I'm saying, working with you, I don't care what nobody says, because we have the screenshot, screen records where Nicki definitely DMs these blogs, and she definitely has them post certain material verbatim. So it's like, girl, you're basically trying to bash the girls, but girl, everything that you talk about the girls is what you do. It's no tea. It's no tea. Like, it's no tea. But girl, the song was cute. It was better than the original. It's no shade. I feel bad for Lil' Kim. I also blame Lil' Kim. I do blame Lil' Kim too, though, because the way that Funk Flex chopped and screwed the song, it did, and the way it lit up on Twitter, it did sound like she was talking about someone's child, but not whose child. So it was open for discussion of who she was rapping about. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just feel like the way that whole thing was set up, I want better for Lil' Kim. At the end of the day, she does deserve her flowers. And I want to say, like, while Nicki's shading the girls, having her rants, doing her little powder videos, because, girl, she's looking crazy. You know, my girl Cardi B is in Queens right now doing a back-to-school drive. Maybe you should have did something for your community in Queens.
Okay, bye, girl. Bye. Eva, thank you, Eva, with the T. All right.
In the mix.
All right. Who else do we have here?
Freak of nature.
With DJ Armon.
All right. Ty Glasgow says, I don't think Meg ever planned on doing the collab with Lil' Kim. I think that Kim just did that on her own. No shade to Kim, but it wasn't even mixed. Okay, Tamel Blondell says, no shade, Armon, you and Eva need to have a little segment of your own called The Rap Sector. Y'all can't sit with us. Also, no shade, Eva, not too much on Megan. I know you don't like her, but it's all cool. All right, let's take another call, 6125. I'm coming for you next. Please be ready because we're going to get into some things. And somebody do me a big one, a screenshot. We have over 5,000 people in the chat. I wish we would have had it at 5.6, but if you have a screenshot, send it to me. 3, 2, I don't see the 6125, so I'm going to move over to the next one. 3225, you're live on the air. Oh, damn, I do see the 6125. Okay, 6125, I'm coming for you next. I see you. All right, yes. Hey, what's going on?
Good. I have no issue. I know me and you disagree, but I like for mostly everything you said. I agree with the Megan shade. She's on her neck. It's blatant. So she's on her neck. I don't know what Megan did, but Nicki is very upset with her. So I can say you were right about that. The Lotto thing, I don't think that the Lotto, I don't think Lotto is like, okay, I want to ask you something. What and how is Lotto like her competition? Like she has a solo top.
See, I think you guys are missing it. I think that you guys are missing. Okay, so let me break this down to you. Lotto, I don't think did anything wrong. I think she feels like Lotto got beside herself. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's more of a Nicki doesn't mess with Lotto. But you guys got to understand. Just hear me out. You guys did this to me with Megan Thee Stallion. You didn't believe me with Doja Cat. Here we are. Like the signs are there. She just feels like Lotto is feeling herself. She feel like Lotto feeling herself.
She's feeling herself with nothing to back behind it. Like people like to say, well, like Nicki did this back in her day, but she had the stats. She had the bars. Like she has a #3 record and a flop album, 2 flop albums. Like,
well, that's what Nicki was saying.
Exactly. So it's like so I think, wouldn't you be mad if you put 15 years into the game and someone new came up and said, we are on the same level. We're all, because they're all relevant, because they all have
absolutely. People do it on YouTube all the time. People try to interview the people that I've interviewed. People try to do around the same thing and think that we're on the same level. We're not. People try to go to events they try to do the same thing I'm doing,
okay,
and they think that we're on the same level.
That wouldn't make you bitter.
No, it doesn't make me bitter. I'm just like, girl, stop playing with me. No, I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying is, I feel like, I mean, I think two things can be true at the same time. Like, I understand that. That's why I said I'm in and out with it, because I kind of get it, because I felt that way that she's felt before. But then at the same time, when I look at Lotto, I'm like, I can't be mad at a person that's trying to just authentically, be the best version of themselves. And if that means go break through different, levels and barriers and work with different people, you know what I mean? And it was an honest, I feel like Lotto's thing was more of like an honest mistake. You know what I mean? I don't think that it was more of a cocky mistake. I think maybe she maybe misspoke. But I mean, she is doing well.
I think Nicki would respect it more if the girls are like, I'm the queen of rap. Like Nicki did. I'm the queen of rap. I'm going to take Nicki's spot, and it is what it is. I think she doesn't like the fakeness. 1 minute, she's irrelevant, she's old, and, all that stuff. And then the next minute, they're all arguing about who has a Nicki feature. Oh, you're giving these girls features. Oh, this one's not talented. That one's not talented. So it's like, which one is it? When she worked with female rappers, when she wasn't working with female rappers, Nicki needs to work with female. She needs to uplift the girls. She needs to uplift them all. She needs to share her shine. Okay. She works with them. Oh, she don't, not those girls. Those girls, no. So it's like, what mainstream female rapper would you want Nicki to work with?
I would have loved Nicki Minaj to work with. I wish she would get it together. I wish she would get it together with Kim. I wish Kim, Cardi, and Nicki could have worked it out, because that's the real big deal. That's the real big deal. That's the real big deal. I want her to work. I want her to work with people. No, I want her to know. See, this is what you guys are missing. I want her to work with bitches on her level. And she don't want to do that.
How? Lyrically?
She don't want to do that. She don't want to. She don't want to work with the girls on her level. Period. That's why she don't like them.
Level how?
Why if they not on her level, why is she addressing them? Why she don't like Cardi B?
Because
why she don't like Little Kim? Why she don't like Megan Thee Stallion?
Megan Thee Stallion is not even on her level.
Megan Thee Stallion is knocking at that door.
Let's be honest. Like, she's not on her level. Because she had 2 number ones and 1.
Megan Thee Stallion has 3 Grammys.
And so
Cardi B has 1 Grammy. Little Kim has 1 Grammy. Nicki Minaj has no Grammys.
And outsold them all. So what do you?
Cardi B has 5 #1 records. What are we doing, baby?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
okay.
But Armon, let's be honest here. Like, let's actually be honest. Like, the stand stuff on. I just want to be honest. What, like, I just don't know what you want from her.
No, I don't know what you don't want to be real.
Like.
So you think Katie Bands is on the level? You think JT? You think Bia? You think hold on, let me ask you this. You think that this record as it is today is a more of a cultural progressive reset than a Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, a Little Kim, Megan Thee Stallion? That's the ladies' night. This is not it.
They don't like each other.
No. Nicki don't like them.
So what it's giving is you want her to do business. You want her to do
I want her to like stars. I want her to like superstars. I want her to like girls that's popping. I want her to like the girls that don't need her. I want her to like girls that don't need to suck her from behind and gargle her. I want her to like girls that's on her level. Period.
But who's Cardi B is not working with.
Cardi B is on her level.
She's only working with Megan. She only works with Megan. You act like Cardi B is working with all these girls on her level. It's always the higher standards for Nicki. What Megan Thee Stallion? Who does she work with that's on her level? Outside of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, who is Megan Thee Stallion work with on her level?
Listen, we can't do this.
As a female rapper.
Okay, I gotta go. You got it. I'm gonna let you got it, because I gotta wrap it.
Like, hold everybody accountable, hold everybody to the same standard. Why does Nicki have to work with every single female rapper on earth? You said you didn't like when she wasn't working with female rappers. Then when she does, oh, not those. Oh, those aren't the ones. Oh, those aren't, like, come on, that's not fair. Either she's bitter and she doesn't want to work with the girls, or y'all just want to use her for her platform. And that's the thing. You want to use her for her platform, her fan base. None of these girls can sell out a show. None of these girls can sell out a show. None of these girls. Only Cardi B has multi-platinum album success. None of these girls can go away for 2.5 years, radio silent, come back out and have top 10 hits. None of these girls are international. So they're not on her level. They're not on her level. Just because they're all social media famous, hit tweets do not equal hit albums.
Okay.
And I need y'all to get that together. They don't equal hit albums.
All right, bye.
That's why it's funny.
Okay, come on. I gotta keep going. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, last one right here, because I really got a long drive, y'all. I gotta go see my dad today, so I got like a 4 or 5 hour drive, and I done gave y'all a long time. All right, 6125. I gotta go all the way back up north today. But I just came on here because I knew I was gonna miss it. I didn't want to miss the weekend. All right, 6125. You live on the air.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. What's going on? Oh shit! I got another one. Come on.
Well, hold on. I'll say last caller cleared, but I'll come with something different. I want to say, you know what? All the girls don't like each other. All the girls are mean girls in the entire industry. All the boys are mean boys. What I like this time around, the media, other than the blogs and the YouTube, the media is not getting involved this time, and that's what I like. It's a fair fight. The girls are getting dragged left and right, and the big publications that were dragging Nicki down, tearing her down, They're not doing that this time around. They're like, yeah, Megan's getting shaded, don't care. Nicki's going to get shaded, don't care. Cardi's getting shaded, don't care. I really, really like that because it's energizing the atmosphere. Look what Nicki does when she pops into the spot. Everything just becomes so energized. And I think the girls are responding to it and meeting the call. I don't know if he would have gotten this type of album from Megan Thee Stallion if she didn't have this pressure.
Okay, I'm with it. I get it.
Yeah, I'm with it. Now, I want to say this about Latto. Here's the thing with that situation. You got to look at who she was giving the interview for.
Yeah.
That whole log line. Nicki, all these years it was Nicki. All these years it was Nicki. Well, see, it's deceptive when you say, well, she was being honest. That exact line has been the defining line that they have used to try to discredit Nicki Minaj's entire career. It's a known thing. They've used that exact line, and she's giving that line out on Jason Lee's show. She knew what she was doing. But do I think that she should go in like the trash pile for that? No, but Nicki's like, okay, you're just like all these other girls who you're confident, but now you're getting a little shaky on Jason Lee's platform, and once again, you're not. Nicki doesn't like that kind of behavior and that type of movement, so it's whatever with her. I want to say, if Nicki had it her way, Nicki would not be working with any of these people, just like Beyonce don't. She wouldn't. So she was like, well, damn. Like, the issue is, for the people who are like, well, how can Nicki talk about girls wanting sympathy from the media? Okay, they all want sympathy, right? Everyone, including Nicki, they all do. But the difference is, Nicki's reputation, but more so even her craft, her bite as a female rapper took a hit because she had to retract her claws. The same claws in the music that made her such a force when she hit the scene. She was forced to dumb that down. That hate train didn't just affect Nicki mentally. It forced her to have to play nice. But playing nice may give you public favor, but then the raps don't hit. They don't sting anymore. Meanwhile, Megan Thee Stallion gets to bust shots like she does on Promazine, and she gets to be filthy, and savage with her rapping, and no one's going to say she's coming at girls. So Nicki's tired. She's like, I'm tired of having to restrain my talent to try to, be nice. I'm stepping on all your necks, and I'm going to say this with the women who were on this Freaky Girl mix. I think it was genuine because if people were paying attention during the We Go Up, Akbar killed it, and so did Katie got banned. And I think both those women are women because they're unconventional. They do fit within Nicki's brand, and I'm really happy. I want all the girls to come in.
I did think you said something that was pretty good when you said that she does energize the space. She definitely does add an energy to the space it electrifies the space. She definitely does that, and her verse was by far the best to me. But I do still feel like there is a little bit of you have to be willing to play the backseat in order for me to feel like you passed the vibe check. That's just my opinion, and I feel like Latto.
I think you're right.
Go ahead.
I think you're right about that, and I realize though.
But I understand it a little bit. I understand it to a certain degree because she talked about how, some of these people will use her name and use the barbs and use her fan base in order to uplift themselves. And then maybe she feels that way about Latto. And then you go on your platform and act like, you go on Jason Lee's platform and act as though you're on Nicki's level when girls like, no, you're not. But yet you love me. But secretly, you feel like me and you don't have any respect. Like you talking about you on my level. I don't know. I could kind of see where she feels a way too. I don't know. But I just feel like any girl that wants to step ahead.
If I could give Nicki criticism, if I could give her legitimate criticism, because one person said, you can't get rid of all these girls. I agree. I think Nicki's going to have to reach a point where it's like we don't need to come at these girls anymore. We don't need the drama. As a fan, I'm like, okay, Cardi, I understand why you got smoked for her. Sorry, it's over for that girl and her and Nicki. But with Megan, when it popped off, I was like, no, come on, we like this girl, but then they're phony. But my biggest criticism, I think, with Nicki is that she's going to have to learn that not all of the narratives y'all bring up, but some of the things that she's accusing these girls of, she has done. She has done herself. But like I said, I like that I can bring that up, but it's not going to be some big media campaign to tear Nicki down. There's going to be a new topic tomorrow. So I just want to say I like that when all the girls are playing, I think, this is the last thing I say, your show, I think it's great to watch. Because when all the girls are playing, there's so much to chew on, there's so much to critique and enjoy versus when it's kind of cold and Nicki dropped something, let's drag Nicki, Cardi's dropping something, but she's been cold for a while. You know, now it's like, okay, great. We don't have to just sit here and just praise Nicki all day because 4 of the 5 other girls did their thing on that record, you know?
Yeah.
And so I like that. That's
all right. Have a good one. Thank you. Okay, so boom, I'm going to wrap it up
Thank
right
you for
there.
using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Ooh, we had a 2-hour show today. Y'all got me. That's why y'all don't get me for the rest of the weekend. But listen, I love you all. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Yeah, follow me on Instagram right now. I know a lot of you guys have not followed me. So listen, child, we about to go to Instagram. We about to take a field trip. And I need you, because I be tweeting down on Instagram and Twitter. I'm on Twitter too. So I need y'all on Instagram and Twitter following me right now, because that's where it goes down first, baby. We were live tweeting. That's where it goes down first, okay? You guys can catch up where you missed. There's a lot of receipts on my Instagram page. There's a lot of receipts there, okay? Follow me, follow me, follow me. There's a lot there. Shout out to the 150,000 subs. We're on our way. Next stop, 200K. Follow me on Instagram, and I love you all. Until next time, I want you guys to keep that same energy. Like, share, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the on Twitter. Using the hashtag Armon Wiggins, hashtag QUEENMIX, all of those things. Hashtag Nicki Minaj. And yeah, let's keep the conversation happening in the comments here. So I love you all. Until next time, I want you to keep that same energy, and I'm gonna see you soon.